Work session to order. Second item on the agenda is discussion of ordinance 0701-2026 to provide for the issuance and sale of a general obligation bond not exceeding $650,000 principal amount to provide for the payment of a 2014 installment purchase revenue bond and 2026 lease purchase. Mr. Luckadoo.
All right, Council, I believe this is something similar that's been done in previous years. We have two payments that are due around the December timeframe. One is on the 2014 installment purchase revenue bond. The second payment is going to be on the lease purchase that was done last year. Both of those payments are due around December. We're in that period of time from July to December where not much revenue comes into the county. And so rather than our fund balance dwindling down and then we're making these two large payments from our fund balance, we would issue this GO bond, make those two payments utilizing these funds, and then January, February, and March, we will get the bulk of our tax collection in, and in April, we will pay this $650,000 bond off from the revenue that we receive. So,
Kind of the same way we've been doing it.
Yes, sir.
For the past couple years. Any questions?
Cut down on some interest.
What's that?
That'll cut down on some interest.
Cut down on interest?
Yes, by paying it early.
Oh, yeah, by paying it off in the same year, yes, sir. It's really just to float us the funds to make those payments, and then we pay it off within the same budget year.
Any more questions or discussion? All right.
And this will be on for 6 o'clock, first reading of this ordinance. And you do have a copy in front of you, which we got late this afternoon.
And again, you said we've done this before. I think we actually did this last year, didn't we?
Right.
We actually did it right after I walked in the door. It was being done.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Remember a year we haven't done it since I've done it.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Pretty common. All right, no more discussion. Item 3 is executive session. Item A, receipt of legal advice of contractual matter relating to workforce development, WDA. Item B, receipt of legal advice regarding the appointment to a county board or commission. Do I have a motion we go into executive session?
I'll make it.
All right, motion by Vice Chair C, second by Councilman Reeder. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. We will be in executive session starting in approximately 5 minutes. By Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Reader. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. We are out of executive session.
Hey, Mr. Carr, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Meeting adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn to executive session. Motion by Councilman Johnson. They got the second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. We are adjourned. Thank you, Andrew.
7.
And I'd like to call the regular council meeting to order. At this time, I'd please ask that everyone silence your cell phones so we can conduct business. Second item on the agenda is the invocation and pledge of allegiance by our Honorable Carl Cease, Vice Chairman.
Let's bow our heads. Lord God, we come together tonight to do the business in Newberry County. Give us the wisdom and strength to make the right decisions for all our citizens in Newberry County and to continue looking out for our first responders, county employees, and all the residents in Newberry County as we end this summer season and get ready to start back to school. Look out for our children as they go on to the next grades in their schools and make sure they do well. Also, we'd like you to look out for the family of Lindsey Graham, who suddenly passed away this past week, and give his sister strength to finish out his term and do with their grievance as they have the loss of their family. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Cease. Item 3 is adoption of minutes. We have 3. If I would take them all as one, if I hear no objection. Item A, Newberry County Economic Development Committee minutes, June 15th, 2026. Item B, Newberry County Council work session minutes, June 17th, 2026. And item C, Newberry County Council meetings, June 17th, 2026. Have a motion to accept the minutes. Got a motion by Councilman Scurry. Have a second? Second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 4, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Motion by Vice Chairman Cease. Second by Councilman Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 5, proclamations and resolutions. Item A, proclamation recognizing July as Parks and Recreation Month in Newberry County. And I will read the proclamation. Whereas Parks and Recreation programs, facilities, trails, and professionals promote health, wellness, and community engagements while enhancing the physical, mental, and social well-being of residents of all ages. And whereas Parks and Recreation opportunities provide safe and welcoming spaces for play, learning, and connection, while contributing to the quality of life, economic vitality, and environmental sustainability of our community. And whereas the success of Parks and Recreation programs in Newberry County is made possible through unique partnerships among county departments, municipalities, schools, community organizations, civic groups, local businesses, and volunteers working together to expand recreational opportunities and enhance parks and programs throughout the county. And whereas volunteer coaches, recreation professionals, and community volunteers dedicate countless hours to mentoring youth, promoting teamwork and sportsmanship, and maintaining safe, inclusive, and accessible recreational experiences that strengthen the quality of life for residents and visitors alike. And whereas July is recognized nationally as Parks and Recreation Month to celebrate the vital role Parks and Recreation services play in building strong, vibrant, and resilient communities. And whereas Newberry County encourages all residents to take advantage of the parks and recreation facilities, programs, trails, and natural resources available throughout the county, and to recognize the valuable contributions of parks and recreation professionals, volunteers, coaches, local businesses, and community partners. Now, therefore, Newberry County Council hereby declare the month of July as Parks and Recreation Month in the county of Newberry, South Carolina, and encourages all residents to join us in recognizing and supporting the many benefits derived from parks and recreation opportunities throughout our community. Proclaim and approve this 15th day of July 2026. Do I have a motion to accept? Motion by Vice Chairman, second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Do I have someone to come receive? I figured Ms. Jessup would be here.
Please don't do that.
I'm good.
Where do you want it moved? I'm good. Where do you want it moved? Behind me.
Nobody likes an umpire.
Let's get closer together. Okay. And you're good.
Thank you for all you do. I love our recreation.
Yes.
I love Lance Lewis.
I even like the coaches too, Jesse, believe it or not. All right. Item 6, the administrator's report. Employee recognition is Kelly Noble, 35 years probate court, and project updates. Mr. Luckadoo.
Chairman, council, it's always an honor to be able to honor those that have served Newberry County, whether it be 5 years or 35 years. Tonight, we are honored to have the Honorable Kelly Baker Nobles with us, if you'll come on up. She joined the probate court in 1989, serving 6 years under the Honorable Margaret H. Shumpert as clerk of the probate court. Upon retirement of Judge Shumpert, she was appointed as interim probate judge by Governor Beasley on October 9, 1997. Thereafter, in November 1997, Judge Nobles was elected to a 4-year term as probate judge for Newberry County. She is currently serving her 7th term and will soon begin her 8th. As a longtime probate judge, many families have found comfort in her knowledge and compassion. Unlike many other counties, Judge Nobles meets with each family individually, listens to all concerns, and takes time to address their specific situations. Her dedication to the families of Newberry County is proven by her lengthy tenure. If you would help me in recognizing the Honorable Kelly Nobles for 35 years of service.
Thank you for all you've done for Newberry County.
For years, you've been doing a great job.
35 years, that's an accomplishment. We always like to hear our employees, and we like to hear our tenured employees especially.
That's right.
All right, project updates.
All right, I do have a number of updates tonight. We are excited to report that we have received a South Carolina Department of Environmental Services Hazardous Waste Management Grant, and this will be utilized to purchase a full-size excavator for public works. The grant award is $250,000, and the county will match about $30,000. The funding for the match was identified within the last fiscal year budget, and the new equipment is being purchased. That it is in stock, so it should not take too long to have this new excavator in our possession. I want to thank the Public Works staff for their work on this grant application and meeting with the Department of Environmental Services to really make a pitch for this. Because I'm going to tell you, if you can get a $280,000 full-size excavator for $30,000, it's a good day. So we appreciate their effort. With the recent passing of Senator Lindsey Graham, that has obviously caused the need for a statewide special primary election for his seat. Just want to let you know that early voting will be August 5th through the 7th, and the statewide special primary will be Tuesday, August 11th. If a runoff is needed following that, early voting for the special primary runoff would begin August 19th through the 21st. Obviously, we had not planned for this to happen. However, the election office, we've been speaking with them. They are currently preparing for this special election, and they are going to be prepared to go August 5th through the 7th. Bid advertisements for the Phase 3B roadway extension and pad within the Mid-Carolina Commerce Park should be out for bid by next Thursday, July 23rd. We will open bids for that on August 25th, and we intend to bring this to council in September for approval. As a reminder, we did receive a $2.5 million site enhancement grant towards this project and have already identified funds for any match that we have, but obviously our hope is that it will come in cheaper than what the projections are, and we would not have to spend that much money. Bids were received and opened on the CPST Newberry Amphitheater project. We are still working through the lowest bid and the amount of available funds that we have remaining for that project, and we're evaluating, there were 2 alternate bids for that. We're kind of evaluating all of that at this time to determine what the financial need will be, and our plan is to bring that back on August 5th for council approval. Last month, council approved the Gallman Place roof project, and that will be proceeding forward here in the near future. We did have about a dozen contractors attend a June 30th pre-bid meeting for the building renovation portion of this project. Bids for the projects are due next week on July 22nd, and we should be bringing this back to council for award in August. The Newberry County Detention Center CPST project is progressing nicely. The building slab has been poured. The steel for the building is currently going up, and the metal for the building is already on site. This project is on schedule. We recently held 4 public engagement sessions as a part of our Safe Streets for All Safety Action Plan. Sessions were held in Little Mountain, Pomeria, Newberry, and Whitmire. I will tell you, our consultants, they do a number of these public engagement sessions, and they were extremely happy with the turnout at each one of these events, and we're really bragging on how people showed up to take part in it. Following those public engagement sessions, they're going to compile a report addressing areas of concern and the most recent road safety data from 2020 to 2024. A second round of public engagement meetings will be held, which will be going out and reporting the results of everything that they've gathered. And ultimately, we'll end up with a final report that they prepare that will prioritize safety improvements that we plan to submit for funding with the implementation grant moving forward. Finally, I want to acknowledge and publicly thank Sheriff Lee Foster, the leadership team at the Sheriff's Department, and all of our 911 dispatchers. July 6th, if you look at a lightning strike map for Newberry County, the night of July 6th, Newberry County took a beating. With that said, our 911 communication center took a direct lightning strike that caused significant damages to our radio consoles, our CAD system, computers, among many other electronics. In that moment, our center, I will say it was crippled. We lost a lot of radio communications. We had handheld radios, but we didn't have our standard radio consoles. Some 911 phones were knocked out, some were working. Our 911 center staff had to pull out notebooks and paper, take 911 calls, write things down, and dispatch from handheld radios for a few hours. I also want to thank Motorola. Once they were notified, they responded quickly, but there was very little they could do. It has taken since July 6th for us to get 4 of our radio consoles to where they work, even to this day. So our 911 center's got a long way to go to get repaired, but we're working with insurance, and Motorola's trying to expedite what they can to get us back fully operational, but to walk in there and see people who were supposed to get off that morning that had stayed a whole nother extra shift just trying to help out, to do what they could do to help get us through that period of time. It was truly remarkable, and I wouldn't be doing it any justice if I didn't publicly thank them for all of their efforts through this and to be where we're at right now. And I want to say the public would have noticed nothing was wrong, but we were almost without anything in 911 communication. So I think that speaks volumes and highly of our staff that we have out there and the dedication that they've been putting in. That's my report.
Thank you for the report. Yes, the extraordinary job by the Sheriff's Department during a very critical situation and still carrying on,
It's a long way to go.
but we're gonna get there. We didn't miss a call. That's a good thing. All right, item 8, the public hearing on ordinance 06012026 to provide for a limited and temporary moratorium on data centers in Newberry County and invoking application of pending ordinance doctrine. This is the public hearing. I now declare the public hearing open.
Chairman, I was late taking care of my dad. Can I add my name to that? 22? I'm never late.
Okay.
You know that.
All right, Ms. Vicky? I'm sorry I didn't say your last name because I would abuse it.
I thought you'd get it right this time.
I'm not good.
It's okay. My name is Vicki Bilka, and I've been coming to the council meetings and everything that has been regarding to the data centers that we have. And I just wanted still to make a presence and just, acknowledge that we do still care. And even though the crowd isn't as big as it had been at one time, I still think the support is in the county. I did a little bit of digging and just kind of looked around at the United States as a whole, not including Hawaii and Alaska, but as far as the overall drought that has been that this United States has been suffering has come to an 86.5% increase up as of, I think it was the June 26th, I think was the date on there when I saw it, but the whole drought of the overall country in regarding to the snowbanks that didn't come, the data center drainage and everything that we have according to the drought that the country is seeing is up 86.5%. And now I know that I looked at Newberry and Newberry County, and Newberry, we were still listed as moderate and moderate drought. Moderate drought is listed at 28.4. So I know this might be boring to you guys or whatever, but we just want to make sure that we as a county are all on the same page. I did make a note that Spartanburg County that has just been, they filed lawsuit Monday against Valara Holdings, and they've got a lawsuit against Valara Holdings, Spartanburg County, the county administrator, and they're seeking to require major land development permits instead of 2 minor permits. And not trying to say that anything else is going on, we're just wanting y'all to know that we're aware of all these things, and that the South Carolina Environmental Law Center, they have a senior attorney there, Mr. Frank Holloman, that's working with them and trying to help them make sure that it says that the developer plans to power the site. He's put in at the end the natural gas generators and turbines producing 450 megawatts, which was only approved at the beginning, 50 megawatts. The residents and the Public Service Commission require state regulatory approval before construction continues. Now, they said that they had been in full disclosure and transparent of all of the county and state officials had, from the earliest stages, and after they made their statement, the Spartanburg County member just declined to comment. But we just want to join in with them and say that we just want to make sure that enough infrastructure development, that we're prepared. And after the storm and everything hit with the other stuff, I just have to question, are we ready for something like this? And that's kind of what I just wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vicky.
Thank you for
You were heard. Thank you. Ms. Moss.
I want to thank you again for letting me add my name. Sorry I was late. I've been reading on the moratorium, and I think it is good to do a third reading and to pass it, because y'all made a point that it's not just Newberry County that could sell land. It's anybody that has land that could do it. So to give us more time to get the research, more time to see that we probably don't have the infrastructure, more time. We don't want to be rushed into anything. So the more time we have to prepare and maybe not do it or to do it. We just don't need to let people just come in and ruin what Newberry County is. I live about 1.5 miles from where this proposed data center would go. And, I have an ailing father. There's children around in that whole place. We got the new subdivision on Jolly Street. And you're going to have families and everything. And the sound, it'll come down to the holler where we're at. I mean, the noise just flows. I mean, we hear the interstate more and more these days. So I just want y'all to please take into account our little country living, and go ahead and pass the moratorium. That would be great. But in the process, do your due diligence and try to find out if it's going to be the right fit for us. Because other counties, it's not being the right fit. They rushed into it. And I don't want Newberry County to have egg on their face either. We just need to take our time, and I hope at the end of the year, y'all will either make it permanent, no data center, or if we don't have all our information, extend it some more to where you can get everything. But I appreciate y'all listening to me, and thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moss.
Thank you.
All right, that's all that has signed up. I will declare the public hearing closed. Item 9, public comments regarding items on the agenda. No one has signed up. Okay. Item 10, old business. Part A, third reading, ordinance 06012026 to provide for a limited and temporary moratorium on data centers in Newberry County and invoking application of the pending ordinance doctrine. Do I have a motion that this be third reading, Vice Chairman? Second by Councilman Reeder. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I do have one question just for clarification. I know that we have had plenty of discussion on the possibility of being able to extend this beyond the 12 months if we need to, if we don't feel like we have everything in place. There was the question that was presented to me in paragraph 4, where it states data centers in Newberry, whereas the county wishes to place a temporary moratorium on the construction or development of data centers in Newberry County for no longer than 12 months following the adoption of an ordinance. Just want clarification from a legal standpoint that we can extend this if we feel like we need to.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Good enough.
We just threw an amendment. It's that simple.
Just
Good enough.
amend,
Yes.
we would just
Just
amend
wanted
that
that.
ordinance, correct?
Yes.
Just want to make sure that was on record.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 11, new business. Part A, ordinance 07012026 to provide for the issuance and sale of general obligation bond not exceeding $650,000 principal amount to provide for the payment of 2014 installment purchase revenue bond and 2026 lease purchase title only. I have a motion to accept this ordinance. Motion by Councilman Johnson. Second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 12, appointments. The Newberry County Memorial Hospital Board District 5 will have to wait until further notice. The potential board member decided
to decline due to her obligation with other.
Decline due to other obligations.
Yes.
Okay. So we're still in search of.
We are. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Chair, I have, unfortunately and reluctantly, received the resignation to the Newberry Hospital Board from Mr. George Oxner for some medical reasons and family, personal issues, those kind of things. He served faithfully to the hospital board, and so I'd make a motion that we accept his resignation from the Newberry County Memorial Hospital Board.
All right, we have a motion to accept Mr. George Oxner's resignation from the Newberry Hospital Board. Do I have a second? Second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, it is unanimous.
I would like to go ahead and make the appointment to replace him, since that is such a necessary board, and to join my other appointee, Dr. Paysinger, Mr. David Andrews Sr. David Andrews Sr., he's the head of the rescue squad. He's currently on the board of Rural Rescue Squads, and so Rescue Squad Board, that I'll be changing that appointment over after we do this, but I recommend Mr. David Andrews Sr. to the Newberry Hospital Board.
All right, we have a motion for Mr. David Andrews Sr. to be appointed to the Newberry Hospital Board. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous.
And then to replace him on the Board of Rescue Squads, that's a lot. My tongue right around my teeth. I've talked with the rescue squad chief, who is David, and I've also talked to Mr. Tommy Long, and I would recommend David Andrews Jr. to serve on the Board of Rescue Squads.
All right, we got a motion for David Andrews Jr. to be appointed to the Rescue Board. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Scurry. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Any more appointments? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Smith, second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. We are adjourned.